Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So another day, another leak, this time coming from Argos, which is a UK retailer. Overnight they published a listing for the Mini 3 Pro. Now this isn't the first time Argos has prematurely published a major DJI release. If you recall back when the Mavic 2 Pro was released, they released all the specs and images of the drone in a published catalog. And as you can see here, they have done it again for the Mini 3, this time on their website. Now with this leak, we get a lot of really nice high resolution images. These are typically the images that DJI provides to online retailers to promote the new drone. And of course, there's some specs that are published along with it. Now, most of the specs that are published are things that we already knew about. We've learned about with other leaks over the past few weeks. But it's always good when you get these types of leaks again from other retailers, especially a company like Argos. It just adds confirmation to some of the specs and that indeed the drone is just around the corner. Now, if you're not aware, the latest rumor states that we should be getting an announcement from DJI around May 10th. Now, some of the early rumors of the Mini 3 said that we were going to see DJI announce it on the 28th or 29th of April, and then it got pushed back till the 10th of May. And I'm wondering if that is indeed true, and that's why Argos published this page. They hadn't fixed that in their database. These web pages are set up weeks in advance, and if they didn't update the release date, then of course it went ahead and published when it was supposed to. So you can see here this time the pricing is in pounds, British pounds I believe. Now that is for the combo with the remote that has the built-in screen. There's going to be another package that has the standard RC-N1 controller, and then there's going to be a package where you can purchase just the drone and a battery, because the drone will be compatible with some of the existing controllers that are already available, such as the one that came with the Mini 2. So in that case you don't have to repurchase the controller. Now if we take a quick look at the specs here again, it just confirms what we already knew. It has a 1/1.3 inch sensor. It's going to be capable of HDR. The highest filming resolution is 4K 60 frames per second, and you can take 48 megapixel raw photos. Now it doesn't list it on the page here, but apparently the drone will be capable of capturing in desynlight, which is a flat color profile allowing you to do your own grading. Another confirmation we get here is that indeed the camera will be able to flip up 90 degrees. That'll allow you to take portrait style videos for things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. DJI is calling it true vertical shooting. And then we get some basic specs here. It's going to be able to fly at a maximum speed of 16 meters per second. And right below that, they actually published something kind of interesting, that it can fly at the height of 4,000 meters, which I find it very odd that they published that. And of course, it takes about an hour to charge a battery for the 34-minute battery. And we'll talk a little bit about batteries here in a minute. So again, just some basic specs there, nothing that we haven't already seen before. But what's really nice is we get these nice high-resolution images. You can see here a nice front view of the drone. We can blow it in and get a nice look at the camera there. If we go to the next image here, we can get a back view of the drone. And again, we can see that USB-C port for charging and the memory card slot right beside it. If we zoom in, you can see the rear-facing sensors. Those sensors are built into the front-facing sensors, and it's kind of an interesting design. It's something we haven't really seen before on a drone. And of course, the battery, and it is a little bit different on the Mini 2 here. The Mini 2 has a door that you have to open, the batteries inside. With the Mini 3, the back of the battery becomes the back of the drone. Another shot of the drone there. Again, we can get a good look at that camera and the front-facing sensors. Here's a nice view of the gimbal assembly. You can see it's quite a bit different than what we've seen in past drones. And then of course here we can see the downward facing sensors. Here's a top view of the drone. Nice close up there. Side view of the Mini 3 Pro. Top-down view. And here we get a picture of the drone with the new controller with built-in screen. Now these have to be probably the clearest pictures of the screen that we've had to date. Now we still know very little about this controller. We don't know the exact specifications of it, the size of the screen, the brightness of the screen. The consensus is that it is going to be a 5.5 inch screen, just like the RC Pro, but we don't know what the nit brightness is. The RC Pro has 1,000 nits. And everybody's hoping, of course, that this is going to be 1,000 nits as well. This controller is going to be considerably less, so it may not have as bright of a screen. But even if it has something like a 600 or 800 nit screen that's continuous and doesn't dim down, it will still be quite valuable. Bottom there, you can see a USB-C port for charging. And then we get this door here. And of course, we don't know what's underneath that door. It could be storage for the sticks, or it could be another port under there, memory card slot, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Then here we get a picture of all the components that will come inside the package. Now this next image is a photo of the Flymore kit, and just like the Mavic 2 Pro, they're keeping the Flymore kit separate, so you purchase whatever package of drone you want, either with the RC-N1 controller or the Smart controller, and then you can pick up a Flymore kit. And as you can see, we get extra propellers, a charging hub, and 2 spare batteries, and of course a case. Now when we look at these batteries close up, you can see they are labeled 249 grams. Now that's important because if you're not aware, apparently they're going to be releasing a high capacity battery, a pro battery if you will, and it's going to allow the drone to fly for 47 minutes compared to 34 minutes with the standard battery. And you will be able to distinguish between the two batteries because the lower capacity battery are labeled 249 grams. Those higher capacity batteries will put the drone over 249 grams. So they are definitely not going to be for everybody depending on the regulations in your country. But for some people, it's going to be a nice option. Again, a different view of the Fly More kit. And then here we get a closer look at the batteries. Now that's a question that I have been asked quite a bit on my channel, is whether the batteries from the Mini 2 will work with the Mini 3. But as you can see, the Mini 2 batteries are quite a bit different, so they will not work with the Mini 3 Pro. And there's a good look at the charging hub, pretty similar to what we have now with the Mini 2, except you can see the batteries are now aligned differently. There's a close-up of the bag, and that's basically it. So the Mini 3 Pro is really shaping up to be a powerhouse. I think this is going to be an incredible drone for many people, whether you're somebody who needs a 249 gram drone or not, or you just want a nice lightweight drone that's easy to travel with. This is going to give you all the options and features of something like the Air 2S, of course with just a smaller sensor, but we're going to have all the intelligent flight modes such as focus track, master shots, hyperlapses. Of course, I will be purchasing this drone once it is available, so if this is a drone you're interested in, make sure you're following me. That way you can follow along as we test it out, do comparisons to current drones like the Mini 2 and the Air 2S, and just to do some deep diving into all the features, just to see how everything works. Now, I'm curious whether this is a drone that you're going to be purchasing. Let me know down in the comments what feature you're most excited about. I want to thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it had value. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.